They stole my lawn gnomes because they were too distracting. So I made them so famous, the HOA had to ask me to bring them back. Yep, that really happened. It all started one Saturday morning when I noticed something odd about my yard. It looked empty. My 7 little gnomes, the ones I'd hand-painted over the summer, were gone. At first, I thought maybe some kids had messed around. Then I saw the envelope taped to my mailbox. HOA violation notice, unapproved yard decorations removed. Apparently, my gnomes were visual clutter that didn't fit community standards. Visual clutter? These were neon lights or plastic dinosaurs. They were tiny, friendly garden gnomes holding books and fishing poles. The letter even said they'd been secured for safekeeping and that I could petition for their return at the next board meeting. I called the HOA office immediately. Carla, the HOA president, answered, the kind of person who says per my last email in real life. I said, Carla, you took my gnomes? She replied, they violated decor rules. You can apply for an exception. I said, they're lawn ornaments, not a crime scene. She said, rules are rules. We can't have chaos. Chaos, from gnomes. That's when I decided, fine. If they wanted order, I'd give them spectacle. That night, I posted a photo of my empty garden on Facebook with the caption, HOA kidnapped my gnomes. Help me bring them home. Within a day, the post blew up. Hundreds of comments, memes, even someone photoshopped wanted posters for my gnomes. Then the real magic happened. People started dropping off replacement gnomes. First a couple, then a dozen. By the end of the week, my front yard looked like a full-on gnome convention. There were pirate gnomes, yoga gnomes, firefighter gnomes, even one dressed like Elvis. Cars began stopping to take pictures. Kids posed with them. A local news reporter showed up asking for an interview. The headline the next day: Resident turns HOA fight into gnome army protest. The HOA was furious. They sent another notice demanding I remove all unauthorized decorations immediately. I ignored it. Then came another, this time threatening daily fines. But before they could enforce it, the city council stepped in. Apparently, a local artist had seen my story and petitioned to have my yard declared a temporary public art display. And the city approved it. The HOA couldn't do a thing without going against a city order. A week later, Carla called an emergency board meeting. By then, there were over 50 gnomes on my lawn. She looked exhausted and said, we'd like to reach a compromise. They agreed to return my original 7 gnomes, and even voted to permit 3 as approved decorations. The rest, they said, had to go. So I moved them to the backyard, where they all peek over the fence, facing the HOA office. Now, every time Carla drives by, she sees 50 smiling gnomes staring right back at her. So yeah, they wanted to make an example out of me, but instead, my gnomes became a local legend. Sometimes, the best revenge is just letting your garden speak for itself.